For nearly 2 decades, the world of football has been sharply divided by two names: Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. The relentless debate over who deserves the title of the GOAT, the greatest of all time, never truly sleeps. We willingly stay up all night, fiercely attack strangers on social media, and expend immense emotional energy just to defend the absolute supremacy of one over the other. But have you ever paused and asked yourself, why does a victory for Messi make you feel as though your own life suddenly has more value? Why does a failure by Ronaldo wound you so deeply, as if your own reality were collapsing? We like to tell ourselves that we are simply passionate about sports. But, through the philosophical lens of Jiddu Krishnamurti, this historic rivalry is not merely entertainment. It is a massive mirror reflecting the profound emptiness, insecurity, and subtle escapism embedded within the modern mind. In this exploration, we are not here to debate who is the better player. Instead, we will unpack the psychology of hero worship, to understand why we need these titans to live out our unfulfilled dreams, and what happens to the human psyche when the idols we rely on eventually fall. We take immense pride in calling ourselves a loyal Messi fan, or a devoted Ronaldo supporter. But let us examine the true nature of this loyalty. The moment you choose to belong to one camp, you inherently create a division against the other. You define your identity by stating, "I am a follower of Messi, therefore I am fundamentally different from those who support Ronaldo." Jiddu Krishnamurti offered a shattering truth regarding this psychological division when he said, "The moment you identify yourself as an Indian, a Muslim, a Christian, or anything else, you are being violent." Do you see why it is violent? Because you are separating yourself from the rest of mankind. When we apply this to the debate, the sport ceases to be a pure aesthetic experience. The mind turns these athletes into miniature religions. When you insult another person in the name of your idol, your own ego is being nourished. We borrow their immense stature to camouflage our own perceived smallness and anonymity in everyday life. Why does the life of a stranger halfway across the world dictate our internal state so drastically? Let us be completely honest with ourselves. Could it be because our own daily existence feels monotonous, or is heavily burdened by unvoiced anxieties? We wake up every morning facing bills, strained relationships, professional uncertainties, or the quiet fear of insignificance. And so, the mind looks for an escape. You look at Ronaldo, the epitome of unyielding willpower, a man who bends adversity to his command. Or you look at Messi, a figure seemingly touched by divine grace, exhibiting flawless perfection without apparent effort. The mind then performs a highly sophisticated trick. It projects its own suppressed desires for success, glory, and validation onto them. We require a hero to live on our behalf. To fulfill the dreams we lack the courage, circumstances, or capacity to achieve in our own reality. Krishnamurti precisely identified this human tendency to lean on others. The mind is always seeking a dependency, a guide, an ideal to cling to, because it is inherently empty, insecure, and deeply afraid. But ask yourself, does living vicariously through someone else's brilliance ever dissolve your actual internal fears? Or is it merely a temporary psychological sedative, allowing you to forget your own life for a few fleeting hours? The uncomfortable reality is that no hero is immortal, and no icon is exempt from human failure. When Ronaldo faces a decline in form, or when Messi makes controversial career decisions, millions of fans suffer a collective breakdown. But who is actually collapsing here? The athlete continues their life, guarded by vast wealth and historical achievements. The person genuinely collapsing is the spectator. We experience grief, betrayal, and existential frustration. Why? Because when an idol stumbles, it is not their career that shatters. It is our illusion that shatters. The psychological foundation we borrowed to build our inner stability vanishes overnight, leaving us completely exposed to the raw emptiness we were running away from in the first place. This is the very core of Krishnamurti's warning. When you follow and worship a leader, you are relinquishing the vital task of understanding yourself. By dedicating your life's energy to analyzing, defending, and consuming the existence of an idol, you abandon your only true home, your own consciousness. You collapse because you never learned to stand on your own 2 feet.
Football, art, and human excellence are deeply beautiful when observed with a free mind. We can marvel at Messi's genius and respect Ronaldo's iron discipline, without turning either of them into a savior for our personal lives. The intent of this exploration is not to demand that you stop watching sports or cease admiring talent. The objective is to see through the psychological architecture of your own mind through the game. The next time you find yourself on the verge of a heated argument about who the greatest is, or the next time your chest tightens over an athlete's failure, pause. Turn that intense energy completely inward and ask, what am I trying to prove to my own ego right now? Am I using the greatness of another human being to escape the unresolved difficulties of my own life? Stepping out from the shadow of heroes to confront your own fears, your own loneliness, and your own limitations is a solitary path. Yet, it is the only path that leads to authentic freedom. For as Krishnamurti beautifully reminded us, the understanding of oneself does not reside in any external idol. It begins right here, within the silent chambers of your own mind. Thank you for sharing this space of reflection with me today. If this perspective resonated with you, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next time, take care and begin the journey inward.